as the band comes out to play on this Friday night football game. We're at halftime, and I thought it would be a great opportunity for us to look at the streaming setup that we have. So let me walk you through a couple of things here. I'm running a Mailbox Pro tonight. I've got two inputs, both HDMI, but my HDMI comes from two very different sources. I've got a Sony Handycam, just regular HDMI out and into the Mailbox Pro, but then I also have a Mevo Start that I'm running into an adapter, a UVC to HDMI adapter, then HDMI into the Mailbox. So both of them are reading as HDMI inputs. It's running wired webcam mode, so that's streaming at 1080 into my Mailbox. The Handycam is also shooting 1080 into the Mailbox, and then my Mailbox Pro is streaming out at 1080. Now, it has done a pretty good job of keeping the frame rate up. I'm running a decent upload speed, dropping about 10% of my frames, which is to be expected in a crowded venue like this with a lot of folks hitting the cell tower. Let me walk you through a few of the pieces of this Mailbox. I've got some pre-made overlays. You can see my two views here for my two cameras, running tab by tab. I have the ability on this software update to invite guests. There's my sound tab. Got my scoreboards running tonight. If I wanted to monitor chat, I could from this screen instead of having to monitor it from over here on the live page. So this setup is working really well for a Friday night football game. It allows me to set up inside the sound booth, inside the press box. Even though I'm shooting through dirty glass, that's okay. It's a really a pretty good picture. Keeps a consistent fan base watching. Looks like I've got 103 views so far in a small 3A school. That's a good set of folks that are watching. Good sound. I'm running sound remotely. I don't know if I can zoom on this or not. I can. That little stick sticking up right there, that is a Rode Video Micro. You can zoom the Mevo when it's in wired webcam if you will leave a device attached to it to control it through the Mevo app. Yes, it is absolutely possible to zoom that. As a matter of fact, the phone I'm streaming on right now is the one that I would use to change my views for my Mevo Start. And I've done that several times tonight to catch a little bit different part of the field that it was aimed at. This little shift cam tripod is doing a good job of moving both of the cameras as I need to pan back and forth across the field. I use one shot that's tight and one shot that's wide. That way I can catch my linemen as they are getting ready for the play. I can catch the offense or the defense, whichever one we're on, and then I can zoom out to catch all of the play as it functions up and down the field and not miss anything sideline to sideline by having those two views. I'm running internet. I have a bonded stream through Speedify, so the SIM card that is in the Mailbox Pro is one of my connections, and then the MiFi hotspot, I'm using Ethernet out of it and into the Mailbox, and so it's bonding those two streams, so I'm getting a more consistent stream coming out. Just a quick and easy look at the setup. I was saying that microphone on the front rail of the stands down there is going to be a Rode Video Micro attached to a Hollyland Lark. So I'm using the Hollyland Lark to send a wireless signal up into the line in for my Mailbox Pro so that I've got sound from out there. Just game sounds. We don't do any commentary over this stream. We just let the game sounds be what we do. And for those of you that have been wondering about how to combine the Mevo Starts with a Mailbox Pro, that's the way I've chosen to do it. I'm running it through a UVC to HDMI converter. The Mevo does not need to be connected to the app to work. Right now it's not connected to the app because I'm streaming through the phone that it would have been connected to. It's just running wired webcam out. So that means it's sending a signal out of the USB-C port and into that converter and then into the Mailbox. So no, it does not have to be connected to the app at all. Works really well. Runs a consistent signal. The band's doing a fantastic job on the field. I hope somebody gets a benefit out of this. Thank you so much for the comments and the questions. I've got to call the PA on the rest of this game, so I'm going to have to bow out of this live stream, but I hope this helps just kind of see how it all flows together and how it can be successful even in a crowded venue on a Friday night. I mean, the guys next to me, they're doing internet radio. They've got their Roadcaster Pro set up, and they're running into that. So I know I'm sharing an internet connection with folks just on the cell tower that's close by. But it's working really well with this particular setup. If you've got any more questions, pop those in the comments. I'll be glad to answer those when I get home from the game tonight, and we'll see you on down the road. TCB in a Flash, thank you so much for joining in with us tonight.